You just want me to go with HR Jennison?
Yeah. Yeah. So, Bob, would you like the phone number? Would you like us to lock you out, or would you like to wait until the police come and get you?
I'm waiting for Katie and the police.
Okay.
This is the information for the HR Service Center.
Well, you guys sure changed your attitude when I turned the camera on, that's for sure.
Well, I don't think I've done anything.
I don't think so, Bob, but
You were just yelling at me before I turned this camera on, and you know you're wrong. I can't wait to share this on video with the university, all the students.
okay.
I'm retired from the university. I have every right either way as a retiree or Chartwell's. I'm allowed to be on the university grounds. You don't get it.
You are allowed to be on public grounds, yes. Right now, you are actually impeding on a private office space. You have been asked to leave, Bob, and you wouldn't do that.
You didn't ask me to leave.
Yes,
No, you did not. That's a lie. You guys are lying right now. All you said was you're going to call the police, and you picked up the phone and called the police. You guys are lying about this whole thing, just like you lied about the managers. The managers are lying, and you're lying to cover your own ass. And that's simple fact. You guys know I'm telling the truth.
Bob, I'm sorry you're upset. At the same time, Bob, we have called the police. We would like you to leave. We have provided you with a phone number if you would like to further air your grievance. At this point in time, you have resigned your position.
I did not resign. I never resigned. I left upset, but I never quit.
You walked
I was
out the
upset
door.
because you're letting people call me a faggot at work, and nobody did anything about it. I went to my supervisor, I went to the managers, they did nothing about it. They let this lady continue to harass me and call me a faggot. That's not right. I didn't do anything wrong. My work record, my attendance speaks for itself. I'm a good worker, and you guys are just simply, just because what? Because I brought this up in the air where everybody knows now?
Bob, we embrace diversity, and we have many LGBT team members on our staff. So I'm terribly sorry that you do feel that you've been pigeonholed or somehow disparaged because of your sexual orientation. And I apologize for that. I do believe that we're conducting a thorough investigation, and again, we will coach and counsel all those that are in need. At the same time, Bob, I'm sorry, you walked out the door, you were
I did
contacted
not
by
quit.
a manager.
I didn't quit. I walked out the door and left work because I was upset because she called me a faggot.
Bob, did
3
you finish
times
your
that
scheduled
day.
shift, or did you walk out?
I walked out the door upset because she was calling me a faggot. I went to my supervisor, I went to 2 managers, they declined to speak to me, and I was upset because I had nothing to do. There was no way I could get around it, and there was nowhere else to complain. So yes, I walked home because I was upset because I was being called a faggot, and the managers and the supervisor did nothing about it at that point. Now you guys are telling me you're going to coach this person after 3 days after the fact. When this all started last Thursday. Last week. Did they tell you that? No, they did not. This just didn't happen. Monday was not the first incident. I went to Brian Kenyon last Thursday and we spoke about this.
Did you escalate it past your supervisor, sir?
Yes, I did. I went to the managers. And once
The day you walked out?
Yes.
Okay.
I told you, and then I just told you, and you guys confirmed. Dante Dopp, the manager, walked into the locker room to speak to me in an informal setting when I had asked to speak to 2 managers behind closed doors, were my exact words.
All right.
Not in the locker room.
Got a gentleman that refused to leave the property. We've asked him to stop.
No, go ahead.
Oh, we've asked the gentleman, came in here, he's very upset. He has been resigned from his position. We've terminated him. He's upset. He's reached out to Title IX here on campus. We encouraged him to come over here. This is a Chartwell's associate.
I'm retired from the university. I have every right to be on university grounds. I have retirement for 30 years. I have every right to be on the university
Can I talk to you
property.
in private just for a minute?
Would you like my office?
Yeah.
You can have it. That box. Shut it off.
You can record me if you want. That's fine. All right. So what's the problem? What's the issue?
I was being, this all started 2 weeks ago,
Okay.
and I was being harassed at work, and there was one of my coworkers who found out I was gay, so she started calling me a faggot. I went to my supervisor, like proper channels, asked him to speak to her and to tell her to stop calling me a faggot. He said, Bob, toughen up, and stick it out. Let it go was his exact words. That was last Thursday. Monday it continued when I came back to work, and she called me a faggot 2 times. I went to my managers because I'd already been to my supervisor, and I went to 2 managers that were sitting in the office, and I said, I need to speak to 2 managers now behind closed doors. They declined to speak to me, so then I walked to the locker room to get my things, and I was upset and hurt by the fact that I was being called a faggot at work, and the managers did nothing about it.
No,
So
hold
wait.
on. I just want-
Okay,
I
well, let me
can-
tell
I
you the
can
story.
I understand why
Then-
you'd be upset. I understand.
Then
That
I
would make sense.
I walked to the locker room to get my things and to go home because nobody was helping me. They sent one manager named Dante Dot into the locker room where there was other people, and it's connected to a bathroom where there was other people. So it was a very informal setting to speak about my sex life. And that's what they came in to do, asking me what happened. And I explained to Dante, because Dante says he didn't know what was going on. And even though everyone knew this from the week before, and I told him, look, she called me a faggot last week. And now she called me a faggot twice today. I went to 2 supervisors and asked to meet with them. They declined. So I'm leaving. I never said I quit. I said, so I'm leaving. And I walked home. That's all that happened. Now today, I came and I went to speak to this lady here at the Gay Alliance, and then I walked in and I showed them their car, told them who I spoke to, and they got upset right away, and they said, "Oh, we already know her." They didn't like her. This is basically the attitude they had. So then they said I had to leave, and I'm retired from the I got my cards right here. I work for Chartwell's, and I'm retired from Bowling Green State University. I'm allowed to be on this property. There's nothing, you can't take me off this property.
Okay, well, hold on. Just let me explain.
I haven't done anything wrong.
Right. Let me explain to you So you were terminated.
No, they fired me.
Okay, so you were terminated, correct?
Apparently, no one's ever told me I was fired. That's why I came here today, was to speak to them. I literally,
So you
I went to this lady's office first, and I explained the whole thing, and then I told her I'm going to come over and talk to them to see what the resolution was, because they were supposed to call me back with the resolution. And then I came back, and this lady was being nice, and she started telling me everything was going to be okay. I was going to get my job back, and then when I showed them this card, they got upset. Then that gentleman came in and said I was fired. They've never. That was how I was told I was fired.
So you were terminated.
I don't know. He said that, but
And he said it in the hallway to me too. So you were terminated.
But don't you think they should have called me and they should have shut the door, called me in office, and said, "Look, this was the resolution. This is what we came up with." They're doing everything informal and not properly.
However, I don't know. It's a private company. They're part of Bowling Green State University, but it's a private company. So what their policy procedures are with termination, with calling people in, I don't know. What I can tell you is that you were terminated, and you know that now too, and you can't hang out in someone's office.
I'm not.
So you can be on university property. I don't have a problem with that. But you can't be in here. Does
That's
that make
fine.
sense?
The only reason I'm in here is because they said they were going to call the police to have me escorted or arrested. That's what they said. So I said, fine, I'm going to wait for the police to come so we can see what the police decide. I'll walk out with you.
Yeah, I don't want to arrest you.
I'll walk right out the door with you.
let me
That's no
explain to you.
problem.
You can be on state property as of now.
But you have to tell them
Well,
that.
Just listen to me. You can be here. Now, where it comes to where you can't be here is they say, hey, he won't leave my office. Okay, well, that's a different story. Then, yeah, that does become criminal.
They never asked me to leave the office.
I'm just explaining to you.
They never asked me to leave the office. Right, they jumped on the...
Just listen.
Okay,
Listen.
I'm sorry.
I'm not saying they did or they didn't.
Okay.
I'm just telling you how it works. That if that's where it becomes criminal.
Okay.
As if you're in a place and they tell you to leave and you refuse to leave. That's where you could be arrested. I don't want to arrest you. I understand you're upset. I would be upset too. But the reality is, I don't have anything to do with their hiring and firing.
No, I
process.
understand. I do.
I'm just kind of the middleman. I'm here to hear your side. That's why I shut the door, because I don't want to hear your story from them. I wanted to hear it from you.
Okay, but so you have the decency to ask them to shut the door, and with the stuff they're speaking about, because it has to do with my sex life, they're doing it with open doors and in locker rooms that are in proper settings. And I understand it has nothing to do with today,
Yeah.
but this is why I'm upset.
No, I understand you're upset, and I get it. Unfortunately, there isn't anything that I can do with it. I'm assuming you have all that on video.
But you heard him say he wanted me escorted off the property. Did he tell you that or not?
Yeah, he wants you to leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was his exact words?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? You're a police officer. You should remember.
I don't.
He just stood there and said.
Remember. I can't sit here and rephrase everything he told you, and obviously.
I hope all you students see this because you know you're going to see it.
That's fine. All right, so let's go.
Let's go.
Come out here and we'll go left.
Like, came up.
Right down the stairs. Come on, let's go.